Today, I'm handling the inspiration segment of SaharaTV Live on Saturday. I have the privilege of having from Lagos one of the most prolific, radical musicians of our time, recent hip-hop musician of all times, Eedris Abdulkareem. And Eedris is talking to us from Lagos, I understand. Welcome, Eedris. You're welcome to SaharaTV.
Hey, what's up, brother? How you guys doing?
Very good, very good. It's a pleasure having you on our show, and we are talking to you because recently you had popped up again after your anti-Obasanjo fame. You sang Nigeria Jaga Jaga, and the former president, when he was president, got upset with you, and you seem to have made up with him, and now you are falling out with Obasanjo again. And we want to discuss a variety of things, including some of your statements recently that you're actually the one who started hip-hop in Nigeria. That is to say, you made it possible for people like The Banj, Two-Face, and the rest of them who are making it today to have the kind of international exposure and fame that made Nigeria one of the music capitals of the world in terms of hip-hop. So just say hello to our viewers.
Well, what up, y'all? What's up, America? What's up, Africa? What's up, Asia? This is Eedris Abdulkareem. Eedris Abdulkareem is an Olympic torchbearer, and humanitarian, and I'm a social crusader. I just want to say what's up. I'm ready to go, man. Hit me.
Good, very good. Let's ask you briefly. It's been a while, after you had Mr. Lecturer 1 and 2, then you sang Nigeria Jaga. I don't know the order in which it came, so you have to forgive me if I'm mixing things up there. And then you had a period of interregnum that it sounded like you made up with Obasanjo. As a matter of fact, you were accused at that time of having taken money from Obasanjo to pipe low. What happened to you? What happened to you at that period that you seemed not to be active as somebody who is the voice of the streets?
First of all, I'd rather call the person you're talking about Baba, you understand? And I want to say this to you straight up and to Africans that I've never collected any money from Baba before. And Eedris Abdulkareem is a social crusader. My responsibility is to use music as a tool to add to the lives of common people who can speak for themselves. And as you said, I'm a social crusader. Back in 2000, I came out with the song, Mr. Lecturer was talking about sexual harassment in our campuses, and Jaga came up, after approximately 23 million Nigerian youth voted me to represent them at the Olympic torch relay. They automatically made me an Olympic torch bearer. That means that I'm an authority, and my responsibility is to be able to, speak for my people. And I came up with Jaga Jaga, and I guess the president, felt offended, and he was disappointed because it was his government. Now, let's define Jaga Jaga. What is Jaga Jaga? Back here in Africa, in Nigeria, when we used to be kids, back then, there's this game play, call it Jaga Jaga. Jaga Jaga basically is talking about ills in the society, the corruption, the poverty, and the whole political killing, that is going on, a lot of embezzlement, you know what I'm saying? And also not having electricity after 60 years of independence, and that is exactly what I said, and that is what I said.
So let me take you up on that. So you had that, and I think the whole world was looking at you and saying, maybe this is a new fella, Nicola Pope. And then you disappeared. Nobody heard from you. The follow-up to Jaga Jaga's album sounded to be something more conciliatory. Was it that you were threatened or you were afraid for your life after Jaga Jaga to the extent that you had to just go on the ground and maybe sing songs that were about love songs and things that weren't very politically offensive?
Meaning that there is no one God except Allah. And that means that I ain't scared of anybody. My responsibility, listen carefully. If I really wanted to make money, what I would have done basically is to be like every other musician that sings praise. I don't sing praise. I stand by the people. I use my music as a tool to add value to the lives of the people. What happened when I sang Jaga Jaga was very, very crazy because in the country, nobody can fight government because I was alone, and a lot of people were scared to fight revolution because Fela had said it. I know one die, Papa dey for house, Mama dey for house. So Abdulkareem, basically, I just have to do that to educate my people. The level of education in Nigeria, the percentage of education that time was approximately about 8%. And even at the moment, education, is the key to everything. But you see, people don't go to school because they don't even have money to go to school. So the best way to educate people is through my music. Obasanjo has never paid me any money before, Baba, and I know he doesn't even pay because I don't even want to take money from him. I make my money from street, and I also have a business that I do, and I've not been sponsored by anybody. And to clear it straight, the song that came after Jaga Jaga was Letter to Mr. President. And Letter to Mr. President was basically saying that, listen, man, Mr. President, you need to understand what Jaga Jaga was all about. Jaga Jaga was talking about ills in the society and how it can be rectified. And that was exactly what I did. So I never collected any money from Obasanjo, and I will never do.
So between that period and your letter to Mr. President, where, it was thought that you were trying to be conciliatory towards the government. Again, I'm asking you, was there any time you felt threatened to the extent that you felt like, okay, maybe you need to strengthen your security or to be really aware that this society is not ready for the kind of change you appreciate, and that made you to go into the wilderness? Because I saw a video of you today where you said you had to go see another president who was Yar'Adua at home. Why do you think you need to take your message to people who you are supposed to be fighting against?
You got it wrong. You need to be specific about what you are saying. When I went to see Yar'Adua, I was different from the Obasanjo and the Nigerian problem. And have it at the back of your mind that Yar'Adua was a chemistry teacher back then when I was in Kano, in Castina, when I went to school. So I know Yar'Adua family very, very well. All right. The reason why I went to Yar'Adua was for Yar'Adua to be able, to endorse Kora Award. And Kora Award, was, celebrating that it was the best platform that celebrates, African musicians, and we wanted Kora Award to be in Nigeria, and that is different. You understand what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with the politics. And also to add to what you are saying, Yar'Adua is the best thing that even ever happened, even for the few years that he even spent on Earth, because the man had true love for the country, Nigeria.
So let me ask you, what would be your reaction to the video of Rick Ross that was showing poor people throwing money and him saying, well, I want to make money, I want to be part of the oil cabal in Nigeria, critically saying that. Have you seen the video by Rick Ross, and what would be your reaction?
I don't watch people like that video because they don't have any value to my life, my country, and my people. You understand? Nigeria is a country that poverty has really, really taken over. And also, don't forget that politics is crazy. And also, people like Rick Ross that have songs like, that talks about champagne, Illuminati, money, and all that, they're not adding value to our lives. So I don't recognize people like that, and I don't listen to their kind of songs. You understand? I'm a social crusader. I love songs that will add value to the lives of my people. You shouldn't come to Africa and try to say because you are poor and you're throwing money at the people. That's stupid. You're trying to disrespect my people. What you should do, basically, if you want to add value to the lives of people, I expect that you could come over, pull up an NGO, non-governmental organization, to take care of anything that has to do with, food shortage, food security, food problem that the United Nations and the World Bank are talking about. So most American artists that come all over from America to Nigeria should always have it at the back of your mind that they are also Africans. That back 500 years ago, their great-grandfather were taken away. Back then, in Badagry, it is called Agbadarigi. So whether they like it or not, it's truth is bitter. They hate to hear that they're slave. So if they're coming back to Africa, they should have it at the back of their mind that they are coming here to add value to our lives with much money that will pay them to come teach us sex, drugs, and how many gunshots in their body.
Wow. Listen, there was a time talking about when reaching you from New York today, by the way, and 50 cents is from here. And there was a time you were largely applauded, I don't know if you knew this, that you took a stand on an aircraft not to leave your portion of the first class compartment for 50 cents and his bodyguards when you were able to do so. What happened at that time?
Very simple. Eedris Abdulkareem, when I came out with Jaga Jaga, that was in 2004. Music was everywhere. Nigerians are getting more education through music. Music travels with the speed of electricity to its consumers. So I see it as an opportunity, to educate my people. And then the the client, the company, which is what Nigerian breweries, said to me that Eedris will bring 50 Cent to Nigeria and we want you to perform alongside with 50 Cent. And I was like, okay, that's beautiful, no problem, but do me a favor. Whatever you're giving 50 Cent, that's what you're giving me. If you're giving 50 Cent, executive suit, I want my room to be opposite 50 Cent. If you're giving 50 Cent, 70 cartons of champagne, Dom Perignon, Cristal, I want the same thing. If you're giving 50 Cent, 20 beautiful chicks, I want to have 20 beautiful chicks. Anything you're giving 50 Cent, I want you to give Eedris. You know why? Because Nigerians are the one drinking this product, not Americans. Nigerians are the one buying these shares. And also, 50 Cent will come only and perform for only 25 minutes, and he will go back, and Eedris is taking the stage for 2 hours.
So, what happened on the aircraft?
That's where I'm going.
Yes.
So we had an agreement, and I was, in the plane, and I was chilling, Then we waited for 50 Cent and his crew for approximately 2 hours, 30 minutes. And they came up, and they were like, shit, Africa moth, shit, nigga, Africa animal. I didn't say nothing, I was just chilling, Then 50 Cent, young boy, Lord Bang, and his crew walked me, and they said, yo, you got to get the out of that city, if you know what I mean. And I said, listen, man, we don't speak in Africa. Africa is all about. My name is Eedris Abdulkareem. I sold 4.8 million copies in a pirated country, an industry that is not regulated. This is an individual effort. Sit your ass out here and let's go to Port Harcourt. I want to get to know you. I'm sitting alongside with you. My room is opposite your room. So tell us what you've got. Are you coming to add value to our lives or not? And he was like, yeah. But they didn't tell us they had agents in the plane. They told us they were workers. I said, why don't you go ask them again? He said, all right, I'll do that. Then he went downstairs. I was watching from the window. And this is typical Nigeria African mentality when we don't appreciate ourselves. And the organizer were like, I saw the reaction. Instead of 50 and his crew to tell the organizer that, listen, man, we just spoke with this dude. And he said, he's an artist, he's performing alongside with me. So 50 Cent came himself. He wanted to show me he was a gangster with his whole crew. And he was like, yo, I just spoke with the organizer and they said, we don't know who you are. And you know what happened? I was humiliated and I got locked down. And all this, there were about 22. They were all standing on me, trying, humiliating me. And there were Nigerian artists in the plane watching. And they never said anything.
So you were thrown out of the plane? Is that what happened?
No. I was in the plane, and they walked up to me on my seat, and they started, attacking me, real fight, So I had to protect myself. I was alone, you know what I'm saying? Nigerian artists were in the plane. They couldn't say anything, So I was like, 50, you don't know who am you don't know who this is. This is Eedris. I'm an Olympic torchbearer, dude. What's the difference between me and you? You got opportunity because the American government has been able, to create a platform for you to become a millionaire through, the American platform that is regulated. In Africa, the industry is not regulated. Now, listen, I'm going to Port Harcourt, and I ain't going to take this from you. I will show you who I am. Then I called Atsari Dokubo, called Festus Kiamo, called my old people, and 50 Cent. All of a sudden, the old airport, got crazy, and 50 was like, yo, who's this nigga? Who's this nigga? And he was like, yo, man, you never told us there were artists on the plane. We're sorry, man. Come out there and shake with me, and let's go to Port Harcourt. And I was like, what? What? I'm a student of history. Your great-grandfather was taken away 500 years ago in Badagry. You're coming to Africa, understand? We're paying you $1.4 million, coming to teach us sex, drugs, and how many gunshots in your body. You ain't adding value to our lives. I told him like that.
So,
and I was like,
so Eedris,
I'm not done. Ask a question. Hold on.
Yes.
And I was like, who walked up to me?
Because we have to do with time here, Eedris. We don't have all the time to talk to you, I just wanted to. You can reschedule because I have to finish my story. Yeah, we love the story, but the story continue.
Even let me hold on. It's done. And 50 was like, I'm going back to America.
And he went back.
And he went back to America.
Good. But then, a few months later, or maybe a year later, you were there in South Africa somewhere apologizing to him. What made you apologize to him when you took a stand, when you took a firm stand, when he was angry, and a few months later, you were on your knees? What happened to you?
No, I wasn't apologizing to him because the problem, I was apologizing knowing the fact that he came through a wrong politics. He didn't know anything. He didn't know anything. So who will give him another opportunity? Because we Africans, we are good people and we are sweet people and we are very hospitable. And whether he likes it or not, he's my brother. And that's why I have to do that, because I'm a man of peace.
So you went and apologized to him and you made up with him. And so does that mean that you took back every one of your action taking a stand on that day?
No, because every action that I took was on Nigerian bureaus, not 50.
Oh, okay. So now you were part of Occupy Nigeria, and a lot of people praise you for that. But you heard that Mr. President Goodluck Jonathan did say 3 days ago that all of the Occupy Nigeria movement, protests, activism was all stage managed. He didn't say who stage managed it. Do you feel insulted that he said that?
Well, that is what I call political propaganda.
Okay.
It's political propaganda. It's very simple. Now, listen very carefully. The President Goodluck Jonathan, on January 1st, 2012, came up and increased the fuel price. When Nigerians are so hungry, poverty everywhere, people are looking for how to pay school fees, people are so crazy. And he was advised by his wrong so-called kababs, and they told him that, listen, don't worry, increase the fuel price. After 2 days, Nigerians, they'll be hungry, they'll all go back to work. And what happened was, the whole protest led to about 8 days. And it was becoming to be like, people are hungry, and it was, just a little pop-up would have been a civil war. And the president didn't have anything to say, and it was like it was sponsored. No, it shows how Nigerians are tired of corruption, embezzlement, no electricity, no water, no education. We're tired. Nigerians are tired. Nigerians are tired. They can't take it anymore. And that was what happened. And immediately he knew there was going to be war. And, he had to reduce the fuel price again. But sincerely speaking, it's crazy. It's crazy. There's problem in this country. There's Boko Haram everywhere. There's kidnapping everywhere. So people are not happy.
So what do you plan to do? Are you planning to take people back to the street, or is this over?
Well, basically, at the moment, I'm out with a song, dedicated back to, Baba, from what he said, when he accused me, 2 weeks ago that, why Nigeria is still the problem that it is today was because of Eedris Abdulkareem. Can you imagine? Very funny. So I had to go to the studio and, I did a song and it came out. The song is out. It's called Baba. I'm coming up with another song very soon, and by the time we're done, we'll let you know what, action Eedris Abdulkareem is taking. Funny enough, don't forget, Eedris Abdulkareem is the only man that stands for himself. Every other person, they're very scared.
Yes. But one of the things you said recently, which I watched today before coming on the show, was that you don't take money from government. In fact, you accused the bunch of taking money from Jonathan, which you justified. But in the video, you seem to contradict yourself that you take money from a state government, Oshiomhole, and we were praising Russia's Okorocha. Why do you take money from any kind of government, for that matter, if you're like a fellow student? Doesn't that contradict your moral standing in society? If you reject money from federal government, but you go to Edo State to take the same money from the same people who are in government, because they are not giving you their money, they are giving you money that they took from the state, probably illegally.
Are you done?
Yes, I'm done.
All right. Oshiomhole is the best thing that ever happened to Nigeria, because Oshiomhole is a comrade.
Isn't that praise singing that you don't do?
When you ask question, learn how to let people answer. You don't rush people.
Don't worry about that. Just answer the question.
Relax. Wait, if you talk, how do you expect me to relax? Relax. Maybe they make you the job. Relax. Now you ask question. Relax and listen. Oshiomhole is the best thing that happened to Nigerians, because that happened to Edo State, because Oshiomhole is a very, very straightforward person. He has added value to the lives of the people of Edo. Edo now looks like New London. Education, new schools, new roads, even the federal road that the the former Minister of Roads, did not fix together, that they embezzled the money. Oshomola is fixing it. In Lagos State, Fashola is fixing all the federal government roads together with Tinubu. Rochas Okorocha is using the so-called security vote money that turns to be 6 billion naira every month. It's channeling it into free education. So those are men that we do business with. I don't take money from them for taking money's sake. They call me for services, and I believe they are my friends, and they have Nigeria in heart, and they love the people of Nigeria and Edo State, and they're doing very well, and I'm recognized with them, and there's nothing bad about that because it is our money.
Well, it is our money, but what if the money is given to you without appropriation, if it's not budgeted for, if it is money that can be regarded as stolen and given to you to appease you? What I'm saying is that doesn't that contradict no hand in society? No. If you just take money from people simply because you think they are doing well?
No, very simple. Oshomola won, and he came back, and he said, "Comrade Eedris Abdulkareem, we have won."
Because the branch is going to say to you, that, though you accuse him of collecting money, you collect money too, and that you guys are not different.
It's very justifiable because Oshomola is a good governor. So what are you able to say about it? And he's doing very well, and that is my services that I'm rendering, and I'm doing very good. And also, to put it straight to you, you understand? Good luck, Jonathan. And the so-called ex-president have not done what these governors have been able to do in less than 2 years. So what have you got to say? Just like they eat it.
Let's round up this way. You said you're coming with another album, right? What is it going to be about?
Why don't you wait and see?
No, you were talking about it before we got into the shouting match.
The best thing for Eedris Abdulkareem. I can tell you, I tell you now, I go tell Obasanjo because I don't even know you.
But Obasanjo is no big deal anymore. This guy is finished. Why are you wasting your time on him?
So? Let me break it down. You think so?
Yes.
Oh my goodness! Please come back home. When was the last time you came back home?
I come back all the time. I'm just. What I'm telling you is that Obasanjo is.
Obasanjo is still running Nigeria. Okay? Obasanjo is very loyal to Good Luck Jonathan.
So your next song is going to be on Obasanjo again. You've done one on Babana. Is there going to be another one on him? Is that what you're trying to say?
Keep your finger crossed and watch out, Sahara.
Man, Eedris, it's been a pleasure having you on our show. You go to your to the expectation of someone who's very controversial, and we thank you very much, and we look forward to hearing from you again, and I hope that you maintain consistently your position that you're not part of the corrupt elements in the society, in our society, regardless of who the person is who is involved. And again, I'm sure that our viewers are also waiting to hear from you, your next album. So it's been a pleasure having you on SaharaTV today in New York City. Have a nice day.
Controversy loves me. My name is Eedris Abdulkareem. I love Fashola, New Nigeria. I love Oshomola, New Nigeria. I love Rocha, New Nigeria. Good luck. I don't know. Where did it? Oh, Sahara, what about?
All right, viewers, has been Eedris Abdulkareem on our show today. So please do not go away. We're going to take Skype calls from all of our viewers today, talking about a variety of issues we covered on our show today. Don't go away.